Hello. Okay, right. These are X and Y battles since someone said, do an LP of X and Y. Like, I don't have them. Like, well, Showdown's there, so I thought, fuck it, may as well do some Showdown and, you know, post-narrate them. You remember when I actually used to narrate battles? God, that was a long time ago. Oh dear. Anyway, since Rain has been nerfed, which is to everyone's liking, everyone, I figured that I would take my classic 5th gen, you know, bollocky, evil Rain team of Death and Doom that I adored to pieces and adapt it a bit. So I've got Gastro instead of Toad because I don't think Rain will be that important, you know, anymore. I mean, unless you can put a damp rock on Toad and that makes Drizzle 8 turns, I can't see weather effects being that amazing. I mean, I can still see people using them, but you've got to try and keep your Pokemon alive for a lot longer, and unless you're using Hippo, that's quite difficult. So I adapted it a bit. I've taken Thunder off Zone, put T-Bolt on it. Also, I tried changing it to a physically defensive set, because I thought, you know, I used the special, you know, specially defensive variant so much that I figured I'd try physically defensive, see if I got anywhere better. Mixed results, really. I'm not that impressed by it. I might go back to trying specially defensive with a bit of HP investment, because I did like that set. It was very good. Like I say, you got your Boggo Gastro in there, Boggo Pharaoh, it's a different kind of zone. They actually did put the Mega Evolutions thing into Showdown, so I have a Mega Gyarados there. It is pretty much Taunt DD, my standard Taunt DD with Waterfall and Bounce, but because they said that Intimidate dropped it, but I think it was Cerebi who said that. It was Intimidate dropped the Pokemon's attack by 2 stages in X and Y instead of 1 in Black and White. So I thought, okay, I don't need to invest any defense at all. I figured Intimidate would do all the work for me. I don't know if it was just, you know, Cerebi was wrong or Showdown hasn't put it in yet, but Showdown hasn't put it in yet, so it isn't quite there yet, but that will need a bit of fettling. Quite interesting though, in the second battle I actually get a chance to use it and try it out and see what it's like and, you know, see the strategy behind, you know, Mega evolving, because with Pokemon like, you know, Mega Gyarados, Mega Ampharos, not really, but, you know, actually Mega Evolving changes your type and changes what you're weak to, and thankfully the Flying to Dark change actually does a shit ton to Gyarados. You know, you can bring it in on a fighting type, DD up if it wants to predict the Mega Evolution, and then when it switches out, then you can Mega Evolve, and you can Mega Evolve at your leisure, and I really like that. Unfortunately, it didn't go very well when I tried it, but we'll get to that. The fantastic looking question mark that I have in my team is in fact a Sylveon. I figured I would try a spec set with Moonblast, Psyshock, Shadow Ball and Hidden Power Fire. However, Showdown decided that actually what I really wanted was Hidden Power Water. I even go back and have a look. No, I didn't want Hidden Power Water Showdown. I wanted Fire. I'm fairly certain that I wanted Fire. Pretty sure. But no, apparently I wanted Water, so I've got Water. And then my normal gem Extreme Speed Dragonite with the Roost and Multi-Scale Blue. Anyway, here I was kind of hoping that Max Defense Zone would be able to tank this Talonflame Flare Blitz, but ha, no. That is optimism. I think part of the problem is it just doesn't have the HP to tank that sort of crap. I mean, it wasn't the, what's that tree thing called? The Grass Ghost, what's it? Trevenant, I think. What, the Shadow Blitz or Force, whatever the fuck move, actually managed to break a sub, which is a bit alarming. Even, you know, even at max defense, that's not a very effective move. It should, you know, Magazone should take it just dandily. But, oh well, whatever. One of those things. So yeah, I think that's that about explains the team. So like I say, I sort of adapted it a little bit for Rain. I was looking for a replacement for Pharaoh, but I just can't really find anything. It fits into the structure of the team just too well to just sort of get rid of. But Mega Gyarados is a very nice addition. I would have had Terrakion there normally, but yeah, I figured I may as well give Sylveon a go. And I think Fairy resists fighting. I think I'm correct in saying that. So that's very good with Zone and Pharaoh being a thing and fighting being, such a great offensive type. Seemed like a good, option to have. So that's there. But anyway, enough of that. As you saw, this entire battle, Zone just fisted him. Like, inside and out, up and down, Zone just ran train. Which Zone usually does. Like I say, I am still kind of iffy on the defensive side of it, but, it was pretty much the Zone show. Because, despite the fact that he had a Talonflame sitting right there, he just didn't go into it. I mean, even with my sub, once my sub had gone down, he should have gone into Talonflame. Because then I would have been forced out into probably Dragonite, really. Dragonite's extreme speed beats out the +1 priority on the flying moves. So that would have been randy dandy. But bloke, very nice. In fact, doing the some of the 6th gen challenge things, because on Showdown you've got to actually challenge people to do 6th gen. There are some nice people, I've met a few people. We've had quite a little, nice little chat about some of the stuff that you can do. Anyway, here's me going to try and fucking fix Sylveon. Like, look, you saw in the battle thing. Alright. Look, it says Hidden Power Fire right there. Why do I have water? What is this? Anyway, it's a thing that is there. Oh yeah, that's another good point. Another reason why I wanted max defense on the Zone was because I put lots of special defense on the Sylveon. Another thing we see in this next battle coming up is probably my first introduction to Sticky Web. I have seen it before, but not quite really. It's just been a thing that people have been mucking around with. But I think it does have a lot of scope to be very good. However, everything that is on the ground on this team is very slow. Gastro doesn't need speed. Ferrothorn relishes the -1 drop. Magnezone Analytic is based around it being slow, so don't care at all. Sylveon, for some bizarre reasons, got 60 base speed. I thought that was a bit silly, but there we go. In fact, as long as it gets Wish, then it can kind of be a sort of vaguely failed Umbreon, but I don't know. A different kind of Umbreon, I suppose. But anyway, the good thing is that both of my main sort of attackers in Gyarados and Dragonite aren't affected by it. Although even then, Dragonite, it's adamant max attack with max speed. The speed isn't that relevant, but it's nice to have. But anyway, we see here, if I had run my usual specially defensive Zone set, I would have been taking these Bug Buzzes handily, I would have been getting subs up, but instead, because I'm running physically defensive, its Bug Buzz is doing just enough to break a sub. Just barely. Which is a little frustrating. But still, the fact that, Analytic is still a thing, and it still whoops butt. I would like to try a Specs Analytic Zone, because I'm pretty sure it would just absolutely demolish anything that got near it, but I don't really have the balls for that, and Zone just takes too much fucking damage. So, subset for me, methinks. But still, this is quite an interesting thing, and I'm pretty sure everyone who has been playing on Showdown has realised by now that Mega Gengar is unbelievable. That thing is a monster. Although I have found a grain of hope. I have said that a lot of people have been saying, like, I know Nick said that Belly Drum Aquajet Azumarill was a thing now. It was legit because of the new breeding mechanics. I'm not especially worried about that. What is it? What the hell is Helioptile's Evo? Like Heliopteryx or whatever the fuck it is. That outspeeds Azumarill. And it has Dry Skin, so it can absorb the Aquajet, and Azumarill, unless it predicts the switch in and goes for a superpower and kills the Heliopter, blah blah blah, then it doesn't have a belly drum, and it's got -1 defenses. You can switch something in and kill it anyway, so it's not that bad. Just as long as you have a sturdy, water type. I mean, there's Water Absorb, there's Storm Drain, and there's Dry Skin. That's 3 abilities for you can use on your guys to deal with Belly Drum, Aquajet, Azumarill. And considering the way OU was structured last gen, where it was generally a fixed set of guys, I don't think that'll be too much to deal with. But Mega Gengar, on the other hand, I think will be a massive problem. Just because Like I say, like, do you remember that last video? It was bulky, okay? That fucking thing was bulky. Bulky Gengar should never be a thing. I don't like that. It offends me in a lot of ways. Just bulky Gengar, no. But it is there, and it has Shadow Tag. And, you know, it can just come in on whatever the hell it wants. Really? There is nothing stopping it. And it can, you know, lock you in, and then it's free to go. You've got all the, you know, free, you know, whatever the hell you want to do. You've got time. You can, if you want to Mega Evolve, you can. If you don't want to, you don't want to. But it's just very good, very evil, and rather hard to deal with, actually. Although I like to say the one saving grace about it is that it doesn't get Levitate. Because while Shadow Tag's good for revenge killing something, fortunately, old Gastrodon, I was quite surprised by this. Gastrodon takes on Mega Gengar surprisingly well. So Gastrodon might actually be quite, you know, useful this time round if Mega Gengar actually manages to stay OU by some bizarre frickin' choice. I don't know how it would. But, like I say, there are things that can deal with it. It's just, you know, I think some guy on TPXS was saying, you know, I think all Mega Evo should be banned. And I'm like, not all of them. Some of them are a bit meh. Again, Mega Ampharos, you know, it's just a bit meh, really. Oh, great, it's got mammoth special attack, whoopee. It also has more weaknesses than regular Ampharos, slower than regular Ampharos. And the defense probably still wouldn't stand up to your average can't even talk, it's too late. Your average Landy coming in and EQing it. So there you go. But he thinks all Mega Evo should be banned. I don't think so. I think a lot of them will have their place. Also, this Pangoro thing looks very good. Like I say, this is my max HP, max defense Bogo Pharaoh, and it gets raped by Pangoro. So that is worrying. Like I say, I was thinking, oh, you know, Hammer Arm, well, I'll take maybe 40% Leech Seed, get up to 60. No, I just get flattened by this thing. But again, that's another reason why I have Sylveon. Because, you know, it actually creates a nice little alternative for Pharaoh to actually switch out from, because Sylveon resists fighting, and Pharaoh can deal with poison and steel. Very nice. So, I reckon Sylveon will be quite good, although I am a little bit disappointed in the fairy types this time round. Well, this time round, you know, just the fairy types in general. Some of them seem a bit, you know, there's no, I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it, but some of them are just a bit naff. Like I say, Sylveon I was kind of expecting a bit more when you consider, I think it was it the first Pokemon they revealed? I think it was. You know, you'd expect a bit more from it. And that, what is it, like the third Evo of Flabebe? Okay, that fairy thing. I swear to God, that entire Pokemon is literally built for doubles and triples. It's just a very strange Pokemon. But still, I think fairy types will add a lot to it. It's just kind of finding one that's actually going to be consistently good. Because while Sylveon's got pretty good, you know, stats overall, I just don't think it'll really stick that well. Although, Fairy Togekiss probably will, because it'll probably get fucking Moonblast. Oh, that'll be fun. Anyway, here's where we get a little bit of a saving grace, because Gastrodon takes that Shadow Ball impressively well. So I was pleasantly pleased with that. I thought, well done, Gastro, you old sluggy bastard. You're done good. I'm still going to lose, because the Pangoro is going to come in and flatten me, but, you know, at least there's a ray of hope in there that somebody can actually deal with Mega Gengar. Although, I suppose Blissey and Chansey probably could as well. But again, it's not like they're going to fare better against a fucking Pangoro, are they? I mean, look at this thing. It's evil. It's a monster. Anyway, I'm going to be doing these battles 2 at a time, because that's kind of how Showdown is. Battles can go rather quickly. I hope you have enjoyed, and yeah, should be more of these to come with some crazy sets. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.